The topic I'm talking about is Ben Franklin's Socratic method. I started off last week with this question. In Chapter 5, it talked about Franklin's relationship with Keimer and how he used the Socratic method with him, which means they had discussions that were argumentative and that tested logic, which was used to stimulate critical thinking. The question I chose was, why do you think Franklin found such delight in these types of discussions? First, I wanted to find Franklin's first interaction with the Socratic method. He started with meeting with a grammar teacher when he said, "While I was intent on improving my language, I met with an English grammar." From Chapter 2, Paragraph 9. Brooke talked about how Benjamin Franklin talks about how he enjoys reading very much. A thought she had that I found interesting was that even though Franklin had been reading and into English since he could remember, he continued to learn new things and progressively gain knowledge about grammar, which possibly made him gain more interest in the Socratic method. This is when he started to learn about the Socratic method. The Socratic method is a technique for which debate and dialogue that leads your opponent to self-discovery through the use of questioning. He proclaimed his joy of the Socratic method in Chapter 2, Paragraph 9. "I was charmed with it, dropped my abrupt contradiction and positive argumentative, and put on humble inquirer and doubter." His delight of the Socratic method. Franklin was delighted because it made him look almost superior to his opponents, such as Keimer, but at the same time, he was humble. Franklin avoided coming across as arrogant by not using certain words such as certainly or undoubtedly. In this way, he was able to win the other side of his way of thinking. He used a gentle tone in discussion rather than forcing his ideas on others. In this situation, Keimer stated this about Franklin in Chapter 5, Paragraph 1. "However, it gave him so high an opinion of my abilities in the confuting way, that he seriously proposed my being his colleague in a project he had of setting up a new sect." The method had a great impact on his reputation as well and what others thought of him. His use of the Socratic method. Well, I believe Franklin's use of the Socratic method led him to a means of verifying his own thinking, but also learning the ideas and thoughts of others. He found himself very good at drawing out people's knowledge and contradicting it, turning the situation around and entangling people in their own thoughts. He delighted in this method and embarrassed others, leading them into consequences they could not predict. I will end with this quote from Franklin from Chapter 2, Paragraph 9. "This habit, I believe, has been of great advantage to me when I have had occasion to inculcate my opinions, and persuade men into measures that I had been from time to time engaged in prompting. And as the chief ends of conversation are to inform or to be informed, to please or to persuade."